So what is up, African fam? Going straight into this video. Right now what I'm doing is I'm using a butter knife and my Gossipy gel, and I'm gonna spread it all over the lace on the back of the closure. And I did 2 layers of it, and you want to make sure in between layers that you let it dry completely before you add the other layer. And after those 2 layers are dried, I went ahead and used my Gossipy freeze spray and sprayed it on there and let it dry. And once you have let the spray completely dry, these are the results that you guys are going to get: a nice hard shell, just so we could be able to dye our closure. Now I'm using the Revlon dye in black. They don't have jet black anymore. It's just black now, I believe so. And what I'm doing is mixing up the concoctions, shaking it up, you guys. And right now what I'm doing is I am dyeing the closure by hand because I am petrified of messing up the lace. So we did the whole hard covering just so when I'm dyeing the hair, we are not dyeing the lace and dyeing the knots. And I went ahead and did small sections, and you just want to make sure that you're very thorough and also light-handed. Even though we do have the protective covering on the back of it, you just want to make sure you have a light hand. And yeah, you guys, as you guys can see, I'm just being very tedious. This process took forever, but we got it done. And right now what I'm doing is going to go ahead and use my rat tail comb. I'm just going to comb it through just to make sure that the dye is equally saturated into the hair strands and the follicles and all that extra stuff. Yeah. Hey you guys, dyeing is pretty easy. It's pretty repetitive. Now what I am doing to the bundles is I am doing the watercolor method. And what I'm doing right now is using 2 bottles of the black dye. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the water. The water is about, lukewarm / warm. And what I'm doing right now is just putting some water to the bottle just so we get all the dye, because a girl's cheap, you feel me? I'm trying to make sure I get everything and I get my money's worth. And I'm just gonna go ahead and mix around the dye until the water turns black and there's no particles flying around. And then each bundle, one by one, I'm gonna go ahead and dip back and forth until I put it back inside, just so that it could be equally saturated before it sits inside of the water. Now after I let it sit for an hour, I went ahead and put some conditioner in it, rinsed it out, made my wig, did all the extra stuff. If you guys do not know how I make my wigs, I do have a video on that on my channel. Check it out. Yeah. So right now what I'm doing right now is using my hot comb just to press out my hairline, just so everything is nice and aligned, just so I know and I can see what I'm working with, you guys. And right now what I'm going to go ahead and do is rub my forehead with 91% alcohol, and I'm using this clean sock, you guys. Yeah, I don't use a sock anymore, so yeah, that was what I had. So I use that to clean my forehead. And I am going ahead and using my Bold Hold Active glue on my forehead, and I'm using my rat tail comb just to spread out that glue, just to make sure that it's nice and spread out even and thin. And I went ahead and used 2 layers, and I made sure that in between each layer you want to make sure that it dries completely before you apply your next layer, and that will give you the longevity of the glue lasting very long. And I believe me using this, I had my install last for about 5 days, which is actually really good, especially considering the fact that I only used 2 layers instead of 3. So imagine me just using 3, you guys. It would have been, would have been over. I would have had it on for a whole year and stop. But yeah, you guys, after I'm done doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and slightly and gently place my wig on top. You want to make sure that the wig is placed either right on where the glue is at or a little bit forward. And as you guys can see clearly, I did it a little bit forward, so I have some little patches where they're still not glued. And I just went in and used 1 layer just so I could just press down those little parts because I didn't want to cut them off. And you guys, this is how you guys get the seamless looking frontal / closure install. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my rat tail comb just to press down the lace and make sure that it is nice and pressed into that glue. Now I'm going in with my Care wax stick just to press down any flyaways that I have going on. You guys, flyaways is not it, y'all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use that, and then I'll be using my hot comb just to press it down just to ensure the flyaways are not flying away no more. You feel me? Now to further the melt, I'm going to use my Got2b Freeze Spray. I'm just going to apply that all over the front of the lace just to make sure that the lace is nice and melted, and this will also give it a longer lasting stay as well. Now I'll be using my Nairobi setting lotion, and I'm just going to apply that right where my hairline is at. This will also help the lace melt as well, you guys. I feel like I keep on saying that everything's going to help the lace, but it does, you guys. Everything is crucial. You need it so it could melt the lace even further, you know. I don't know why I keep on doing that accent, you guys. It's like second nature for me. But right now what I'm doing, because I struggle with this so much, I'm going to go ahead and put on my bonnet just so that all my extra hairs could be, you know, out of the way when I put on my silk wrap. And I put that on and let that sit for about 20 minutes. And now I'm using my Fantasia spritz and I'm putting that on the hairline just so I can have a nice sleek looking, not part, I don't know what to call it, you guys, but it's something. It just gives it a sleeker look, you guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my hot comb just to press in that product and for it to just stay, you guys. It just makes it look neater, you guys. That's all. And we are pretty much done for the hair section, you guys. This is how we are looking. Yes, hunty, yes. And now I just went ahead and put some more spritz on top. Just one spray, just so that the flyaways, again, cannot fly away. And I'm just going to go in with my alcohol just to take off any residue that's going on around my forehead. And yeah, we are on to the makeup, y'all. So right now I'm doing my eyebrows. I'm going to go ahead and use my Absolute pencil in the color Smoke. I'm going to comb out my eyebrows first before I start to pencil them in. And what I'm doing is just some light strokes. You want to make sure that you're very light-handed, especially where you go into the front of your eyebrows. And I start off at the bottom at first and then going on to the top. You're going to make sure that you fill them in, make your outline, fill them in, and then we're just going to go ahead and do some light strokes in front. And then I'll be using the Got2b gel to set my eyebrows, and then we're going in with my L'Oreal Age Rewind concealer in the color Hazelnut, and I'm using my concealer brush just to outline my eyebrows. And you guys, I love myself a nice fleeky crisp eyebrow. So this part takes a little bit of time, but you guys, it's okay to take your time with your eyebrows. Your eyebrows are the center of your face. If your eyebrows don't look right, you don't look right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and outline the bottom first, and I'm going to drag it down and use my buffer brush just to buff that out. And then I went ahead and mixed the concealer with my foundation shade in the Fenty Beauty in 470 to outline the top. And this just makes the blending process a lot easier because it's a lot more closer to your skin tone, and it still gives you that highlighted look that your eyebrows just got done as well. So it's a win-win situation, you guys. So after I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and place my brush flat just to spread out that concealer so it's easier for me to buff it out, as you guys can see. And boom. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my Neutrogena Hydro Boost Moisturizer, and I'm going to put that all over my face. And now we're going to go ahead and use our Milk Hydro Primer, you guys, and we're going to put that all over our face as well. You want to make sure that your face is nice and moisturized before you apply any mattifying primer. And the primer that I'll be using to mattify my face is the Urban Decay De-Slick Primer, and I'm going to apply that mostly around my T-zones because that's where I get oily the most. I do have combination skin, so yes. So now I wait for that to dry, and I'm using my Fenty Beauty foundation in the color 470. I'm going to apply that all over my face and use my Instapot brush just to buff that out onto my skin. And with this brush, I like to use patting motions so that it doesn't leave me any bristle streaks or just, any imperfections, you guys. Just make sure you press it in. And I went ahead and used a smaller foundation brush just to get the creases and crevices that is really hard to get. Now I'll be using my Juvia's Place concealer in the color J8, and I'll be applying that all over my highlighted areas, you guys. Now I'll be using a damp beauty blender, and I'm going to go ahead and just buff that out and make sure that there is no line of demarcation. And you guys, just a little tip, if you guys feel like the beauty blender does not help you blend out completely, after you're done using your beauty blender, you could go in with your foundation brush like I'm doing right now, just to blend out any lines of demarcation. It is perfectly okay for you to do that. Do not be fooled by these beauty gurus that just use beauty blenders and that's that, you know, like no. If you feel like you need an extra blend, just go ahead and use your foundation brush. Ain't nobody gonna kill you, feel me? So yes. And then on top of that, went back in with the hazelnut concealer just because I feel like it was a little bit lighter and I feel like it'll give me more of a highlight. And I put that underneath my eyes as well around my eyelids as well. And I'm using my beauty blender just to blend that out. Now again, using your foundation brush just to buff out any lines of demarcation between the concealer and the foundation. And now what I'm doing is I'm spraying my face with my all-nighter spray, and I'm using my brush just to tap out any little drops that I have. And I'm going in with my Laura Mercier powder, translucent powder in the color medium 8. And I'm just going to put that all over the places where I use to highlight at. So pretty much wherever you put your concealer, you're going to go ahead and put the translucent powder on, you guys. And you want to make sure that you really press into your skin, you guys. This will give you a flawless and airbrush look, I promise you guys. Now I'll be going into my Juvia's Place Sahara Volume 2 blush palette, and I'll be using the color Abby as my contour color, you guys. I'm just going to contour on my face and also my nose as well, and I'm using my Laura Mercier just to carve out that nose area so I can have a more chiseled nose, and also carve out my cheekbones as well, y'all. I'm just using my beauty blender to help me. Now I'm just going to go in with my pencil again just to make sure that I didn't lose no eyebrows. And I'll be using my MAC Studio Fix powder in the color NW58 just to set any places that I didn't get with the powder, and also to give myself an even tone. Now I went ahead and used an eyelash primer just to make my eyelashes a lot more elongated. And I used some mascara to do my lower lashes. And what I'm doing right now is using my Duo Lash Glue on my eyelid. I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara afterwards and then place my lashes right on there. And my lashes, I definitely got it from like an AliExpress vendor. These are 60mm lashes, you guys. Yeah, they're really long. But we want the Instagram baddie looks, you got to have the long lashes, y'all. Top and bottom, you feel me? And we're going back in with the Saharan palette, and I'm using the color Neo as my blush color. And I'll be going in with this brown lip pencil from Amazon, you guys. It's some BS lip pencil, but it's good. It works, you know, and that's what that matters, y'all. Now I'm going in with my NYX Lingerie Push-Up lipstick in the color Lace Detail. And I'm going to put that just underneath where my lip liner is at. And yeah, you guys, I'm going for this very nude and, you know, cute look, you guys. So right now I'm using this brush just to buff out that line of demarcation between my lip liner and my lipstick. Now I'm just going in with my Beauty Supply clear lip gloss, you guys. This is my holy grail. This is the NK lip gloss. It's very juicy, y'all, and it lasts pretty long too, you guys. And it's only $1, so get it from the Beauty Supply store. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, y'all. And we are pretty much done with this look. Now I'm taking out my hair. I should have sprayed my face first, but I'm over here just fiending for the look and just see how it looks together. So yeah, I'm being a big fiend. Don't pay me no mind. But I'm gonna go in with my all-nighter spray from Urban Decay, and I'm gonna press in that spray with my foundation brush, and we are done with the look. Now I'm just going in with my flat iron. I am using my Conair Infinity Pro Titanium Flat Iron. This is from Ulta. I think you can only get it from Ulta. And it's really good, $45. It's comparable to the Babyliss Pro Titanium. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. The blue flat iron, yes. It's comparable to that. And I have both flat irons. So yes, I can attest. I am a loyal customer and they both work perfectly fine. It's just one is $160, another one is $45. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and flat iron my hair. And these are the finished results, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not. And I hope to see you guys in the next segment. Deuces!